Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. We did part 1, so here's part 2. Here we go. So in tier 2, you're going to notice that the game is aiming the Germans to be more of a blitzkrieg in tier 2 more than it is in tier 1. What I mean by that is the majority of the vehicles that you're going to be looking at, possibly owning, even the units that you're going to want and possibly owning, are going to be focusing you on mobility more than anything else. Now bear in mind there is a few weapons at this tier that are tier traps. What a tier trap is, and I will explain that, is it may say it is tier 2, but it will up tier you to tier 3. Case in point, the VG-15. Battle rating 3. Even though it's in battle rating 2, it will up tier you to battle rating 3. It is a tier trap. Understand that. That is a tier trap. There are certain things that are tier traps. I believe this Gewehr is also, this premium unit is also a tier trap. It will bump you up. So even though you've got tier 1, tier 2 units, you will be fighting against tier 3. You will be punching above your weight. Okay, so please understand that there are certain units at this tier that are tier traps. So let's get to the start of it, the top row. Honestly, again, by now you've probably realized that yes, a lot of the sniper rifles that you will be looking at are Kar 98 based. So you've got the pre-war Kar 98 and then the pre-war Kar 98 with a scope, and then you've also got the one with grenade launcher barrels. Now this weapon, grenade launcher rifles, seem to be the flavor of American players. So if you like that, you can get the, I think it's not the M1 Garand, it's the Springfield. So 1908 Springfield with a grenade launcher. That tends to be their favorite little dunk 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 to soften you up, and then they go running in and then just get gunned down by your guys with SMGs. It is what it is. I personally, at this tier, because there's really not that good of a rifle, I tend to just try and speed past and get the semi-auto, which is the Armangera Mod 39. This is an Italian rifle. Bear in mind it only has 6 shots, and the recoil on this thing is insane. Your follow-up shot will miss, and I'm not kidding you. Your follow-up shot will miss. So be prepared for heartache, but if you're smart, you would have realized to stick with your Concaros or to just stick with a basic Kar 98. Leave these two alone. You're going to have to unlock them anyway to unlock further on the tech tree, but trust me, the VG-15 will hurt. Now the 1805, this is a nice rifle, don't get me wrong, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It is a nice rifle, but it has some downfalls. The downfall of this rifle is its sights. Do you see? You think that's a nice clear picture, and it does look like a clear picture. Okay, for a rifle, it does look like a clear picture. But look at that upright. Look at that recoil. You see how high it jumped? It jumped completely off the target. So, follow-up shots are almost... And again, it's clipper fed, so your bolt recoil. You know, see? So, and it's not bad. So that's why I prefer that rifle right now more than anything else. It's weird. I don't normally prefer Italian rifles, but you know, you'd think the Germans would have learned. Now, when it comes to SMGs, you're gonna have to take a look at what suits you best. Now, the lowest rate of fire SMG is the FNAB 43. This thing is only like 400 rounds per minute. Everything else, I mean, this one's 900. That one is 450, and this one is 1,000. This one, the Orbits, shoots it in bursts. I'm not kidding you. Do not full auto this thing. You will not hit the broadside of a barn if you do. Okay? Case in point, I will do an unrecoil control check. Yeah, it's that quick. But if you do it like this, you will you will get some kills. First time I used that weapon, I just fired it in bursts. Brop, 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 brop. In-cap the enemies. Pop, one-shot finish. Pop, one-shot finish. Pop, one-shot finish. Again, it depends on your play style. The FNAB, again, this weapon is the slowest firing SMG, which makes it good for medium to longer ranges for an SMG. You're thinking, what the heck are you talking about? Here, I'll show you. Okay, that thing, previous one you saw was insane, okay? This is, again, unrecoiled. Look at that. So you think, that's not too bad. And that's not too bad. Okay, now, if you're going to control it, see the difference? You can keep shots on target. A lot of shots on target. But, if you're like me, and you just... firing bursts of 3, pop, 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 pop. You'll be amazed. I think it was like 6 or 7 kills with this SMG. Just firing it in bursts as they were running, as they were coming at me. So trust me, you can do it. Again, you got a choice here. They're all essentially not really the same, but they are. My personal opinion, start with the FNAB 3. If you want more fire rate, go over to the MP38, to the MP3, to the MP308. I don't know why it's called a 308 because there's not like 308 variants of it, but you'll end up going to this one. This is the German clone of the British the American grease gun. See, the sight picture forces you to focus on what's in front of you. It is open bolt, so I don't know why they had to do that. Because you can see the catch release at the top, which is this little indent right above where the back of the bolt would go. That's the rest. So it's actually a blowback open bolt, so there would be no need to cock it back. It would lock open. So go figure. Anyway, I think that's something they need to work on, but it is what it is, Gaijin. It is what it is. Anyway, so like I said, if you're looking for an SMG, start with the 308. Start here. If you want something a little bit more later on, or you know what, still stick with the MP28. You can still stick with the MP28. Now, LMGs. Oi, where do I begin? These two are just, yeah, they're not the best. Case in point, you're going to see what I'm talking about. This one is a box mag, 20 rounder. And the sights on this thing are atrocious. See? You got the adjuster knob off to the right of it. Now, let me show you it unrecoiled. Okay? Unrecoiled. It is all over the place. All over the place. Your best bet, like before, fire it in bursts. Now bear in mind, yeah, ricarico. It's because it's an Italian. Your best bet is to fire it in bursts or fire it from a prone position. Problem with that is you're in a prone position. Now this is the German LMG. It's the MG13. This originally was a vehicle-mounted MG. Now again, uncontrolled recoil test. Yeah, through the roof. So, even when you're bursting it, you're still going to fight it. Now, if you mount it, it's pretty laser-ish. And it's got pretty good sight picture. You will, as you just seen, you will piss through your ammo like it didn't exist. So you will go through your ammo. Plus it's a 25 round box mag. But mount up, let rip, and have fun that way. So, in all honesty, if you're comparing apples to oranges, go with the MG13 over the Italian. You will unlock the Italian first, the Bread and Mod 30, but go with the MG13. It will suit you until you get to the ZB26 or the MG34, but stick with the MG13. Now, bit of a controversy here. Anti-tank pistol, the anti-tank weaponry. Now you've got the Strum pistol. Now the Strum pistol is just that. It's a pistol with a grenade attached to it that you just fire like it's a Panzerfaust. It is pretty much hit or miss. No joke. It is literally hit or miss. Apparently it does 70 millimeters of armor penetration. No, it don't. But you'll see what I'm talking about. Again, we'll take it out. Come on. Get in the damn car. I hate the fact that it takes him almost like 3.5 seconds to realise, oh, you've issued us a command. It's like, yeah, of course I did. You can see the popping of the video render. Right, so we're going to get out the car. Okay, Strum pistol versus... Didn't even do anything to it. 100 mil pen. Didn't do anything to it. See? Didn't do anything to it. 70 mil pen. 70 mil pen, really. You see what I'm saying? Takes 3 direct hits in order to do anything to an unarmored vehicle, but I like the armored tank like that, fine. Nothing for a Soviet because of Soviet biased. And of course, it's all about personal preference, let's be honest here, guys. Yeah, see? It's hit or miss on whatever you do to the vehicles. Yeah, see? That did nothing. I didn't even get a hit marker on that. See? See? I'm legit having to aim so far up. See, I'm aiming right there. Do you see? Do you see the issue? Yeah, see. And the issue is rounds. Is the distance. You literally have to be up the vehicle's butt. Yeah, see, still not. See? Direct hits, and all I'm doing is knocking out his transmission. So, again, proof is in the pudding, guys. You can see it for yourself. And bear in mind, this is in perfect conditions where I'm not being shot at. The tanks aren't moving. Okay, now let's see what the Panzerbedusch 39 will do. Now this is an interesting weapon. The Panzerbedusch 39 is an interesting weapon. Get in. And what I mean by interesting is it has some weird quirks about it. And I'm not sure if it's just things I've found or whatever it is. But for some reason, so you... There you go. All that did was knock out his radial engine. Okay. That jammed his turret. Now, notice how they're not technically going to where I'm aiming. But it is a vastly superior anti-tank weapon. But it is hit or miss on whether or not you actually get to do anything. See? But because this one has much clearer sights, so if I want to... I'm trying to... And again, it's... okay, so I know roughly where it's at now. Oh, way overshot on that one. But again, like I said, guys, this is supposed to be perfect conditions. And it's hit or miss. Let's be honest with you. It's hit or miss. The Panzerberger you can do up close, yeah. This will serve you well. Okay? Now, bit of a controversy here. At this tier, I would suggest that you skip going over the bike. Even though the bike's a good unit, but skip over going the bike, using the bike. Get this truck. But if you want to... How can I put this nicely? If you really don't want the stress of that grind, buy this unit instead. The reason why I say this is because this unit is amazing. It really is. Like the fact that it comes with an early MG42. And at this tier, you can mess things up. So if you're into that, but you at this point in the game, you're gonna want a troop transporter. The reason why is because, again, Blitzkrieg, this part of the tier is all about just being mobile, being on the move, being on the move, being on the move, being on the move, being on the move. Like the MG13 that you see here, that's the stripped down version of the MG13. The MG13 is actually a common machine gun put in the BF-109s. So you're literally running around with an aircraft machine gun. Again, all the anti-tank rifles are designed for mobility. This whole build is all meant for mobility. Now, here comes a bit of controversy when it comes to the tanks now. So we've dealt with the infantry mobility stuff. Let's talk about the tanks. Now, the Leopard is an amazing tank. I'm not taking anything away from the Leopard. The Leopard is amazing. I've killed KV-1s with this Leopard. Okay? I've killed T-34s with this Leopard. You can do it. you can punch up above your weight. I didn't realize that because this, the VG-15, forced me to fight Soviet at tier 3, which is KV-1s and T-34s 1942s. So, yeah, my poor tank was punching above its weight. Okay, so, with that said, with this era of German technology, if you want to solely focus on being an anti-tank role in your armor, either go with the Panzer III J1 or go with the Puma. The Panzer IV-E and the Panzer III-N, okay, because I have them both and I'm actually using the Panzer III-N right now, is infantry support. Now what that means is if you take a look at the vehicle itself, okay, yes, it's got anti-tank stuff that doesn't really do anything because they haven't modeled it correctly in the game. Thank you very much, Gaijin. However, the KWK-37 is an infantry support cannon, plus you've got about a coaxial machine gun, plus you've also got commander's machine gun. This machine gun does nothing. That's all I'm going to say on that matter. So, if you're going to go anti-tank role, go with the Puma. Actually, the Puma is not a bad tank to start grinding out the rest of the other tanks. It is a good tank. It will serve you well. Puma, Panzer III J1. J1, you are going to have to get on the sides, and you're going to have to do flanking maneuvers, because again, the Panzer III J1 doesn't have the punch to get through a T-34 front armor or a KV-1 front armor, but what it can do is get through its side and rear armor. Okay, again, Panzer IV-E, Panzer III-N, and the Panzer IV F1 are all infantry support variants of the tanks. If you're going to go like you did before with your Panzer 2C or your Panzer 3J, okay, you're back in that role again. Now, fighter pilot planes, honestly, don't bother with them. Work on them, unlock them, keep them, use them. That's great. Be warned. What one is it? It's this one. The Junker 87D3, again, is a tier trap. It will make you see tier 3. Okay, please understand that. It is a tier trap. Yes, it does get 3 250 kilo bombs, but they aren't worth shit because you don't last more than 3 seconds in the sky. Because at this tier, Americans, Russians, heck, even the Japanese, not that I've actually gone against the Japanese or the Germans, but they will start building a lot of anti-aircraft guns at this tier. They will start having other enemy fighters at this tier, and your AI rear gunner might as well be licking the window and being Ralph from The Simpsons. I'm in danger! Because he's not going to shoot anything. He's really just going to look and go,
oh, that's an enemy plane. I think I should shoot that one day. But still, Gaijin's got to code me to do that, though. So I'm just going to sit here.
And trust me, they don't do shit. Okay? So leave the Junkers alone. They fly too slow. They're flying bricks. They're easily shot down. Their wings do not have the hit points to take more than 2 20mm shots. Okay? Trust me on this. They're just not worth it. BF-109s, which are known for their boom and zoom, don't get boom or get zoom. Period. When a fucking biplane can keep up with me, Gaijin, while I'm apparently booming and zooming, fuck you, Gaijin. That's all I need to say. Fuck you. When my maximum speed right there is 617 and I'm doing 617 and a biplane's max speed is only 530 something and he's keeping up with me, something's wrong there, isn't there, Gaijin? Like I said, the 109s need to be looked at. There's just something completely wrong with them. Out of all the planes, the Focke-Wulf 190A1 is good for a fighter role. Again, only a fighter role. It has no bombs. And your 20mm cannons are not strong enough to get through armor of any vehicle. You can lightly damage anti-aircraft vehicles, but don't even think about trying to disable a tank in an A1. Here, I'll even take it out on a test flight and you can see for yourself. Again, the cockpit shape is quite awkward, but it's a 109, what do you expect? Okay, so we're at full wep. Now the vehicles have spawned in. I love doing that little corkscrew maneuver. It totally throws people off when you do it. And no, I won't teach you how to do that. See? And you haven't even fixed the gun sounds. See? Look how bad the drop off is. Alright, so we're coming down. Okay. Yes, it's a Pershing. But still. And yes, this plane does respond well to dogfighting. Well, not really to dogfighting, but it does respond well to rapid maneuvers. Okay, so we know that there's an APC. Nothing. Are you starting to understand the problems that some people are having with the fighter planes? For some reason the scroll wheel on my mouse is acting up. I have no idea why. Yeah, and it doesn't get combat flapped either. So good luck trying to so it should be right there. Do you see? It's not even enough to take out an anti-aircraft vehicle. So, yeah. This is why you're going to want to stick with the ICAR 81C. It gets all the firepower and the flight maneuverability of the 109, but it gets the same bomb loadout as a Junkers. Plus, it also gets air brakes and combat flaps. So it depends on whatever role you want to take it into. It's good. The only downside to the 81C is it's very fragile. It cannot take a hit. Okay, if it does, good luck. That's all I need to say. Is it's a paper airplane. It can't take a hit, but boy, can it do some damage. So planes, unlock them, but don't bother piloting them. They're not worth it. Tanks, it's up in the air. I would suggest you start with the Puma. Stay with it till you've unlocked at least the Panzer III J1. Give the J1 a try. If you feel like the J1 is more of your style, stay with the J1 till you've unlocked the Panzer IIIN. And then stick with the Panzer IIIN. Skip the F1 because the F1... the F1's a joke. And yeah, so that's Tier 2, guys. Oh, premium units. I would suggest that you get the 251-1. If you don't want to use the open-topped variant. But get the 251-1 because again it gets the early model MG42. Yeah, so that's it. Tanks wise, leave this thing alone. It's just just leave it alone. You could get the squad. You could get the Voxstrom squad. I have the Voxstrom battalion, which is basically these guys just. These guys have stolen PPSHs. This is a PPSH cut down. But you get what I'm saying. Gewehr 41s, this again is a tier trap. As you can see, it'll make you fight tier 3. Tier 2, tier 2, and tier 2. So, tier trap, tier trap, tier trap. Okay, so if you can avoid those tier traps, you'd be good to go. And then like I said, I'm slowly working on the tier 3s. Until then, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, this one's a little bit longer than the first part because I really needed to explain what the tier traps was for tier 2s. Until then, guys, keep your shows flying, keep your enemies dying. Cobra Commander is out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.